Hello guys, how are you doing? Today we have our video about the child kidnapping by the government, the German government, usually through the Jugendamt. Um, some people are believing that this is happening, some people don't. They think there are some reasons behind it. And I just want to expose some facts and also give everyone the chance to be able to research for himself using the right keywords, knowing the right groups, the right links and everything, so he can even reach some people that their children were taken from them. So keep an eye and learn this keywords and get to know some information. What we are going to talk about is the keyword, some stories from people from different nationalities, and how to reach. So those are some words that you could use to search for actual stories. As you can see, Inobhutnahme is about taking children in care. They use the word like taking care of them or taking them in a care, while in reality it's kind of kidnapping them from their families. So if you actually write this word in Google, before I will show you, but other words are like gegen Jugendamt, which is against Jugendamt, Jugendämter, which is are the people who work in the Jugendamt, kindeswohl, which is a word for like a child safety, let's say, but or well-being, which is used for not just his physical well-being, but also mental and other aspects. And this is word for putting the child well-being in danger. And this is the excuse they always use for taking children. And those two words refers to stealing children, kinderraub and kinderklau. So anyone can literally use any of those words and find stories and some real stories on social media and different experiences like YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, everything. Let me show you a video or two, a few seconds from a couple of videos some of you must have seen already. This is a horrible video taken for the German police in one of the German cities, taking a child by force, causing him trauma, making his life and his future horrible by taking him from his family with no real reason, you know. And there is another video like this.
Beruhigen Sie sich. Beruhigen Sie sich. Beruhigen Sie sich.
This could be a German family. They speak Germans. As you see, they put the mother on the floor. They go force her above her. They take the child. The child is screaming. A lot of horrible experiences, which really distracting families. So, as you have seen the word already, let me show you first of all the most major YouTube videos that report about this and has been for like between 6 to 13 years making videos and reports about this. So there is Step for Children's Rights. since 2016. A lot of videos from around the world. I mean, from people from different nationalities, but mainly in Germany. So this you can find a lot of reports and stories with interviews. It started actually by exposing, I think, Norway, and then some mothers were running to Germany with their children, and then they found out that in Germany it's happening worse and worse. Here's another channel from 2010, and this channel is has a lot of videos also, and you can see different stories for families from Romania, Poland, Russia, Turkey, of children taken by the German Jugendamt, or families trying to run away. So you can find a lot here. And then here is another YouTube channel, which is Olivier Carrère, which is a French-German guy who hasn't seen his son for like 20 years. And he has made a big organization to expose the German Jugendamt. Let me show you the statistics first and some real information about the numbers, so you can know before we get into how to reach that. I already showed you the YouTube videos. However, where is it? Here. So if we use the word in Google, which is to show the statistics, here is an official German website for statistics where it says DE status.de, which is like the DE is for Deutschland, Germany, and status is for the statistics. And you can see here different years. We can also try to change it to English. Anyway, those are three colors per year. Those are the ones we're taking because the child well-being is endangered, which is really usually most of the cases are lies or using some stupid reasons which are not true, and they are screwing the children lives more and the families by doing that. Full destruction. The other colors are for children which came from abroad without someone adult with them, so there is no grown-up with them, so that's not what concerns us. It's more about the separation from families. And this one is about who came by their own will, like some teenagers who decided to leave their families and go live in this foster care or this orphan buildings. And through the years, if you try to check these numbers, you'll find out that they are taking more than 100 child per day from their families, really. And there are more information here, and actually if you search using a word like Jugendämter or Jugendamt, you can, in this website you can find more information from previous years. So this is the German statistics, which is about 50,000 per year, 40 to 50,000 per year. And here's from the United Nations, one of the links on the United Nations website, UNICEF for children protection, child protection. You can find that they write clearly that Europe and Central Asia still has the highest numbers globally of children separated from their families. So it is happening. It is happening according to all and everything, United Nations exposing it, the statistics of the German regime and government. The only what they don't show is that this mainly happens for foreigner children, not German. so maybe over 90%. And yeah, and then they make the children Germanized somehow. Here's a video for a guy who made this. Let me translate to you what is happening here. It's the title is Jugendamt taking care, and that it is a business with children. And the name of the guy is Richard Moritz, who tries to expose this from 4 years ago, and he even made some organization called Kinder sind Menschen oder sind auch Menschen, which means that children are also humans.
Öffentliche Statistik in unsere Hand, die besagte, dass allein in Deutschland in einem einzigen Jahr über 48.000 Kinder in Obhutnahme genommen wurden vom Jugendamt.
So he's talking about that they found that more than 48,000 children were taken in 1 year. And then he introduced this guy, which is concerned about this matter. The guy brings some statistics, and it's very concerning, and he's talking about how it was doubled 3 times in 10 years. These statistics are from 1995 to 2014, and it shows that the numbers of children taken by the Jugendamt were starting from around 15,000 per year, and then it starts to increase a little bit lower, then start to increase again until it reached 50,000. So this is also an interesting video that people can gather a lot of information if they speak German about it. And it has even more details.
Und dass keine andere Branche das geschafft hat. Es geht also um Arbeitsplätze. Und die Arbeitsmarktstatistik ist für die Regierung die wichtigste Statistik, weil die misst eigentlich die Qualität der Regierung. Das wird von der Bevölkerung als Jobzentrum. Und das unten ist halt die Statistik, und das ist die Statistik, die ist von gerichtlichen Maßnahmen nach der Inobhutnahme.
So they think that, I don't know, taking children will make families work more, or there will be more workers, and it seems the opposite. So that's for this one, which has a lot of information. And the guy made some kind of a book or article about the illegal taking of children from their families by the German government and the Jugendamt. And here is one article about it, which or one post about it, article actually, which says that in 2017 around 80,000 families their kids were taken from them by the Jugendamt. So those are the numbers, and you already got to know how the YouTube is. You could find a lot of stories on YouTube. Now let me show you on Facebook. I think this was in the EU Parliament, this video, and but it's talking that the Jugendamt is taking children and says that 400 organization, NGOs, non-governmental organizations are reporting this in Germany. So some of the Facebook pages and groups are like that. Jugendamt International. Once you write Jugendamt.org, for example, you'll find other groups like Achtung.org, Jugendamt. Careful, the one who does it is Jugendamt. Not translating it correctly. Jugendamt, another group for against the Jugendamt and what it does. This is for helping against the ones who were harmed by the Jugendamt and its problems, and different groups. You can find a lot, like against the Jugendamt, another group, over 1,000 members, and another group, and fighting against the Jugendamt mafia, the victims of the Jugendamt in Germany, the blacklist of the people who work in the Jugendamt, and so on and so on. This is from the German police in Hamburg, and this is how they use the word. So they use the word kidnapping when it is by family. Like imagine when parents take their children, they are kidnapping their own children. But when the German government or the Jugendamt takes these children, it is taking them for their well-being, to take care of them. It's just horrible, you know. Let me try to maybe translate it to English. So they first made this report about searching for those two parents, and they put their pictures because they took their own children from the foster care that they were kidnapped in, and then they managed to arrest them and take the children back from them. So this is one example of the language used, which people should be really careful with. Now let me. This is from a child, actually a baby, an Indian baby taken by the Jugendamt. And this is for the Romanian family that were taken, 7 children. And this is an Italian movie made about the Jugendamt and how the German court is always taking the side of a German parent against a foreigner parent. So this is all about exposing the Jugendamt. This French guy hasn't seen his son for over 20 years. And he's trying to expose the Jugendamt. He made this organization, and he has this Facebook group, which is actually one of the most ones that you can find stories and real people who their children were taken from. He helped some people running with children, and I already showed his YouTube channel. So to run outside of Germany. So this is, for example, the Indian baby. This is a video. As you could read, it's about the Jugendamt, and that it's scandals are discovered every year. The German media is mainly ignoring this. And I will give a proof right now. So, for example, there was this protest was organized last November, and it was like in the capital of Germany, Berlin, and at one of the most famous places and sightseeing, and which is for tourists, which is Brandenburger Tor, the Gate of Brandenburg, and there were almost 10,000. So imagine when 10,000 protest and make a demonstration for one day in this very well-known place full of people usually and tourists, and the German media has not posted about it at all. Literally, this is the picture of the 7 children from the Romanian families that were taken by the German Jugendamt. And this is pictures from the protest where you can see flags of many countries that were standing and protesting for the same cause. And buses came specially with people from different cities and countries to protest against the Jugendamt. Here is one of the pictures where it says separation of family doesn't equal helping family, because the Jugendamt pretend to help families, while in general it just destroys families and takes children from their families, foreigner families. Another picture from the protest. So this is one. And some other pictures. Jugendamt equals childhood killer, true. Warning, children are being kidnapped. Jugendamt equals family destroyer. Jugendamt is childhood killer. How many children are taken per year? You see from 1995, 23,000, goes up till 84,000 child per year in 2016. So those are all Jugendamt doing. So everyone is clear about that. This is one letter concerns the Jugendamt decision, and somehow they say that this child doesn't want to live with his family. Somehow that they decide, or they think that he wants only to meet his parents 1 hour per month, and if it's more than 1 hour, he's not happy, and then he should. So he's actually living with another family, and he's getting fined. And that's one of the examples. This is another picture about who is doing danger to the child from the country, the government, and these are our words like family, court, the lawyer who is appointed by the court to defend the child, the Jugendamt, the Heim, which is like the foster care building, and Gutachter, which is the one who takes care, who reviews the child and the parents' personality or whatever. This is a police report. It's a child who's trying to make a police report against the German government and the Jugendamt, and he is saying his name and that he was born in 2009, and he is forced to live in Kinderheim, which is like a foster care, and he's saying the address where it's in Berlin because by the Jugendamt, and he wants to report it, make a case against it by the court, and he's saying, I am reporting you, or I'm suing you for taking my friends, my childhood, my family, my animals, my happy house from me, my time, and my health and happiness and satisfaction and more. stealing that from him. And he has been for 4 years against his will in foster care. He was taken by force in the middle of the night while he was sleeping from his bed by the police, and he is always having bad dreams about that day and memories. And the Jugendamt is making all that he is not going to his home, and they always write false reports, and so. It's really sad reading this or trying to translate it. I think this post was from the mother about it, about her son with his name, as you could see. He's for 4 years and a half forced in a building related to the Jugendamt. No family, no house, no nothing. What else? Other photos. This is a warning from the Oliver Carrera for all parents who are planning to move to Germany. You could read it. This is an important warning for all parents who intend to move to Germany, pretending a better future for their children or for themselves. Never come with younger children to Germany. Never have a baby in Germany. The Jugendamt will take them away from you. You will never get them back. You will never leave the country together with them. You will never take them into your arms without being monitored by modern nurses. He's talking about the Jugendamt people, and you will be allowed to see them only a few hours a month. This will happen for economical purpose, not because of you. To rob any child from any non-German is German policy. Read these few lines very carefully and decide by yourself if you want to stay out of trouble, pain, desperation. I mean, maybe he's referring for depression for years. Pass them to anyone who might be concerned. That doesn't mean that doesn't happen to all families and all children, but it's actually to a lot. You have seen the statistics and the numbers. So why is this happening? And well, there are many explanation. One of the most out of them is, you could see here in this population permit. So the population permit should look like an actual permit, like this. However, in Europe and mainly, and also Germany, also Sweden, it is screwed, where children are less than old people, so older people are like higher numbers than children or equal, which is not supposed to be like that. It should be like a permit. It should be children are much more than older people. The more that they grow up, the chances that they are dead, which is the logic. Because of that, and because of the fertility rates and the percentage of birth rate versus death rate, which is also not right, they need workers. They need ones to be in the factories to work and stuff, and they need them to be like them. They need them to speak the language, and it's a German policy, like really. And foreigners should be really aware of that. They say you see the percentage and the statistics, but you don't know what's the percentage between German and non-German children taken. And I'm telling you, it's more than 90%. And also you need to know that this Jugendamt, I'm sorry to say, but most of the workers, if not all, are women, single or divorced or single mothers, and they are not happy that there are foreigner families and that there are families has many children. they have hatred, you know, they have also feminism ideas and hate for men. So and families in general and parenthood. I don't know. They don't have this option. They don't have children. They are not happy. So and it's a business. They give them to other families. They keep them. They open more offices of the Jugendamt. Of course, it has been increased through the years. If they are not working, they don't try to accuse families. They will not have jobs. They will lose their jobs. The offices will close and stuff like that. Also, you can find a lot of stories, but this is mainly in Arabic. On this channel, a second, which is actually the one that exposed it, like where Andrew Tate has commented on it, and it's mainly Arabic, so there are many stories. If you write in Arabic, Germany, which is Almania, you will find a lot of stories, like really a lot of stories. What's happening to the children, and there are some articles about it. Some girls are being raped, some boys become drug addicts, and girls, there is no actual control, no real authority, family authority. So this is what happened, you know. Feel free to contact me if you like need any more information or have information to share, and I will try to expose as much as possible. And thank you for listening.